And this is a special concern. The businessman would like to apply for a B1, B2 visa because he intends to go for some negotiations of contracts. Now, at the same time, the wife would like to also go on tour with the husband and the children. Now, does the wife apply separately just for tourist visa? Can this be a red flag, or is this a good idea?
No, this is not a red flag. No, the businessman himself wants to be also a tourist.
Yes.
He wants to conduct some business and also go on some tours with his wife.
Yes.
And children.
Yes.
So this is typically a mixed purpose of B1, B2. So both of them should apply for B1, B2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And tell the consul exactly what their plans are. And the consul will decide whether to give them or not to give them based on their background and based on their ties to the Philippines. Because every applicant for a visitor's visa must convince the consul that he or she have an intention to return. And this needs to be done by demonstrating ties to the home country.
Mm-hmm. How do you demonstrate that, Attorney Golan?
Well, in the good old days, being married was a tie.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Having a spouse does not tie you very much.
Why not, Attorney Golan? Why not?
But however, ties can be demonstrated in several ways. Number one is by family connections, showing that you have a family of immediate relatives, which means spouses and children that you are responsible for. Okay, if you have a spouse and minor children that you take care of, that are staying with you, this is a tie. A second tie is employment or business. If you show that you have a steady job, okay, this means that you are not really very anxious. Maybe, hopefully, you are not very anxious to find a job in the U.S. and that you have some source of income to come back to in your home country.
Mm-hmm.
A third tie will be properties. If you show that you have some real estate properties, that you own your home, that you have maybe additional properties, maybe you have a nice fat bank account, okay, then this is also a tie to the home country. So a combination of all those things proves that you have ties. Of course, you may have a bigger problem proving the ties if you are a young person who is still not established. If you're a young person at age 18 or 19, okay, who is just beginning life, okay, and what can you show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, but if you are an older person and you already have some beginnings of a family and you have also some steady employment, maybe you have some good education, then the consul may believe that you intend to come back to the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. So, Attorney Golan, if the family intends to travel together, the wife and the children, in terms of family ties, are you referring to like the parents who are left behind that they are supporting or other relatives?
No, even if you intend to travel with your wife and 2 children, it doesn't mean that you sever your ties with the Philippines.
Okay.
Because in order to implant the family in the United States, it is a very big effort. And maybe truthfully, all the family wants is to be tourists for 3 weeks in the United States. Of course, now you'll have to show that you have the financial ability for such a travel 2 ways, 4 or 5 or 6 plane tickets both ways, and that you have some property or business or employment where you get a vacation. Okay, a letter from the employer explaining the length of your employment, your salary, your income, and the length of your vacation. And then even if you are going with your spouse and children, it doesn't mean you are severing your ties with the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. Now, will they usually be interviewed together, and the children, will they also be interviewed, even the young children?
Usually they don't interview children, and the interview is not a requirement. In the days of Mr. Trump, they made it a requirement to interview everybody, because the real purpose was to delay and make everything slow and difficult. Nowadays, an interview is not a requirement, and the consul may make his own decisions whether he wants to interview somebody or not.